So this is Dean Takahashi, Adventure Beat. I'm here with Tim Holman from THQ, and he's going to tell us about Company of Heroes Online. So Company of Heroes, the original title, was one of my favorite RPG or
Nice.
RTS games of all time. And so now you've updated this as a free-to-play game for online players.
Yeah, the reasoning behind that, one of the things that we'd always felt with our multiplayer experience, and with multiplayer and RTS in general, is just that there's not enough there, right? You have a quick game session and then it's over, and what we really wanted to do with Company Heroes Online was bring some persistence and progression to that universe. So, as we've gone through the game, changing it so you do have a commander, which is a character that does level up from match to match, hero units that level up from match to match, that allows you to kind of gain that persistency and gain that progression that you just lose in normal RTS games.
And then about 90% of the items here you can earn, I guess, for free, playing the free version. But if you want to actually pay to get some extra stuff, then you can.
Most of the payments in free-to-play games are convenience-based, right? So with all of the heroes and army items, we want to make sure that 90% of that you can either buy with supply, and supply is our in-game currency, and you get awarded supply after matches, so it's just like gold in any other MMO. Or you can earn them as loot drops, right? So if you've won a particularly long match, you have a chance to get a certain hero or a certain army item. Now, obviously, the more rare ones, don't drop as often. But really, our purchase system is really about conveniences for the player. Like, do you want to level up faster? Small little things.
So the franchise has had an interesting history. When did the first game come out?
Oh wow, let's see. That was
some years ago, I guess. But
2005, maybe.
And then you did three of them all together, and then turned to this one. And this one started as a game in China.
Yes, this started in China. So our original, we did Company Heroes Opposing Fronts, Company Heroes Tales of Valor, which I was also on, and then this one in China. Now, when we wanted to do an expanded multiplayer experience, we were thinking about it and thinking about where we should go first, and a company in China approached us and said, well, we would like to have an exclusive launch for China.
And that was Shanda.
And that was Shanda Entertainment. So working with Shanda, great partner, a lot of fun to work with. The Chinese market is a very different market.
And it's the hotbed of free-to-play. Right?
And it's a hotbed of free-to-play. It really came to us when we ended up patching Company of Heroes and noticed there was 1.5 million unique patches in China. So even though we hadn't sold the game in China, it's like we knew there was an existing audience there.
So there's a lot of piracy there, and I guess that served as the sort of brand awareness creation for you folks.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with piracy, there's the endless debates about it. And essentially, yeah, it is stealing. But piracy there, it helped us build a brand. It did more marketing for us than we ever could have on our own. Now, it would have been nice to gain the revenue from some of those sales, but unfortunately that's not the case. But the free-to-play market, the nice thing about it is that you don't care about piracy, right? It's just like, well, yeah, sure, pirate the game all you want. Post it on all the pirate sites and download it for free. We don't care.
And you launched it last year, and you got hundreds of thousands of users.
Yeah, we launched last year. It's been going very well. I can't, the exact amount, but we're well over 250,000 accounts now. In Korea, we have just launched our open beta in Korea a week and a half ago. It's been going very strong, getting a lot of good reviews from the press, a lot of good reviews from players, and yeah, now we're really excited to bring it to North America.
Yeah, the free-to-play business model has taken off here, I guess, with Facebook games and everything else.
Yeah, it definitely has with the I think it was easier for the Facebook games because they weren't traditional gamers in the sense, right? It's, not many of the Facebook gamers also have a 360 and a PS3 and a high-end PC, but they're internet users, so they're used to small purchases with their credit cards. So I think that definitely helped ease some of the perceptions. Now, some of the other more and more free-to-play games are coming out, but one of the things that has hurt that business model in the States has really been the way that people have rolled it out, where they've it's a free-to-play, but then they start asking you for money within 5 seconds, right? Or it's a free-to-play, but you have no chance of competing against other players. So I think a lot of the messaging and a lot of the way it's been presented has hurt.
So this is kind of a new generation. A lot of the games so far have been pretty, I guess, low-end games.
Yeah.
And you've got a hardcore, high-end game here that's going free-to-play.
Well, and doing a free-to-play game, and that's the danger of it, because you don't want to sink, $20 or $30 million into something where you're not going to have guaranteed retail sales. For a company of heroes, it's a franchise that PC retail is dead anyway, and people say it's dying. It's like, no, it died 5 years ago. Everyone buys their stuff online anyway. But with with it being the free-to-play high quality, this is really where we want to take this business model. Generally, free-to-play means crap. Means low quality is a very eloquent way of putting it. I'll just say it how it is. They're not fun. So what we want to do is we want to create that AAA quality experience. And the nice thing about free to play is that we can gain such a larger audience because we don't ask anybody to enter in a credit card number or plop down $50 purchase. You just download it and you start playing.
And what kinds of things would people actually pay for, I guess?
Some of the purchases are convenience purchases. Do you want to level up faster? Do you want to earn more supply after a match? Do you want to change the look of your avatar? Small little things like that. It's there are the convenience purchases, whereas you can buy heroes for money, but they're also they can be bought with supplies. So the free-to-play player can have the same tank that the paying player has.
So we haven't mentioned it's a World War II game. Are there some changes in the game compared to the original, I guess?
No, there are no changes to the original. We did have to make a couple changes in China. We had to call the Axis Army the Federation, and and we had to remove the Iron Cross from the German tanks. And we replaced it with a made-up symbol. And we couldn't call the Tiger tank the Tiger tank. We had to call it something else, even though it looks like a Tiger tank. But yeah, no, we haven't had to make changes anywhere else. One of the things that we've done, with the being set in World War II, obviously, a lot of strong memories around that period of history, but. We try not to treat it gratuitously.
And you're putting the whole single-player campaign into the into this game from the original.
The original single-player, the highest-rated RTS of all time, is going to be completely free.
Cool.
For the whole world.
And how soon can we expect to see it?
We're targeting end of summer. We don't have an exact release date just yet. Right now, the team's been, last couple of weeks have been focusing on Korea, right? Because there's always the fun of launching new builds in online. But we're targeting, end of summer, early fall. We want to get the game out. The nice thing about it, the game's ready, but we have to integrate and build up the operations.
Great. That's Tim Holman from THQ on Company of Heroes Online. Thank you.
Thanks, Dean.